In this week's video, we're going to address some facts by way of myth with a guest. Big Herm. Can I call you Big Herm?
No.
Oh. So in this week's video, I'm going to talk about how to prune trees. As you can see, the tree behind me has some limbs that are pretty low, and inevitably every time I'm mowing, I hit my head, which isn't good for my own health. So what I'm going to do to help take care of that is I'm actually going to prune some of these lower limbs off, and I'm going to apply a tree wound sealer to it to help the tree heal.
No. I've told you how many times, no sealer.
So the guy that I didn't introduce a little bit ago is Jeff Hermish, and he's our Ag and Natural Resources educator. And as you can see, we have a fresh cut here, and tree sealers in fact don't work. It's a myth, right?
It is a myth, and it's one that a lot of homeowners, when they are doing pruning, they think that naturally they need to help heal those wounds, and so they'll go to the local hardware store or garden center, and you'll find all kinds of wound sealers or pruning sealers, whatever it may be, but don't fall for that myth, because it doesn't work. So when we have a pruning cut much like this, we always think, what can I do to help heal this and move the tree along quicker? And while that's a great thought, again, it's not something that we need to do. This tree is actually going to form wound wood, which is basically like a scar tissue, and it's going to take care of itself. So when we go to the local hardware or garden center and buy that pruning sealer and coat that, or even some of them are petroleum based, what that's going to do actually is seal in moisture, which is going to cause more disease and pest issues, and will actually increase rot. So let the tree do its thing. It's going to form that scar tissue and it will take care of itself. No need to put any kind of paint on it.
So we've already discussed, Jeff, how a tree will actually heal itself, and that it is a myth not to use the wound sealers or the pruning sealers, because that's bad for the health overall. But what exactly do we have going on here?
So this here is what we would consider a tree cavity, and what exactly happened here, that's for anyone to guess, but some sort of trauma happened here, and so you've got something much more damaging to the tree than just a pruning cut. So another myth goes along with these tree cavities, much like the pruning cuts and the wound sealer. A lot of people will think that filling this with concrete or some type of expanding foam will help this tree and keep it from decaying anymore, and actually you're going to speed up that process by doing those things. By putting in the concrete or expanding foam, you're creating an environment where the tree is going to retain moisture, and so you're going to be more prone to diseases and pests, and that's going to just increase the decay here. So just like the pruning cuts, leave this alone. The tree is going to quote unquote heal itself with that wound wood. It's going to compartmentalize in there and basically take care of itself. So with pruning cuts or tree cavities, you're best off just to let Mother Nature take its course.
All right, guys, so that was this week's video. If you liked what you saw and it was a little something different, give it a like down below, smash that subscribe button. Big shout out to Jeff Hermish for joining me this week and helping us figure out that wound wood and all those pruning tips, which I think are always going to be good. So Jeff, thanks. Thumbs up. All right. Hey, see you guys next week. You ready?
Yeah. I don't feel like I'm just kind of like...
You're so tall.
I don't even know what to do.
You're good.